Evening, folks. This is Jeff from RV Diagnostics. I'm in my office getting ready to tear down a heater furnace. It's an NT Suburban. I believe it's a 30 or a 40, something of that nature, but it doesn't matter. What we're going to do is go over the wiring diagram, and we're going to go over the infamous sales switch. And you got to be careful with this. I'm going to show you a little stuff that's messing up. The board's missing on this heater, so I got it on order. I'm going to do a complete video on this whole heater. And it doesn't matter which one they are. They all have safety devices, and I call it the brown circuit, like the water heater has a brown circuit. So anything that uses propane has usually a temperature sensor that's normally closed, and it usually has some kind of sensor that something's flowing, whether it's air or fuel, which is propane, creating heat. All right, so let's just take a look. All right, turn this around and show you. All right, so what we got, this is your Suburban heater. It's an NT30, but this is your off switch. So what that does, that's this right here, okay, valve. And that comes from the thermostat. It's let's see, look at it. Yep, BL blue. It goes through the valve. Yep, I'm recording. Go ahead, you're all right.
Can I screw through this? Oh, you're videoing.
That's all right, don't worry about it. They get used to it. Yeah, you can screw through that.
Like, I can just put the whole thing on the back, right? And then I can screw through this?
Yes, that ain't gonna hurt it. Yep, that'll seal that screw too.
Yeah, perfect.
All right, yep. All right, so back to this. That was one of my members that's using the garage. She's a permanent RVer, full-timer. She's in one of my videos. She's just saying hello or whatever. Here we go, back. So we came from the thermostat. We went through the valve switching right here. So we're going to turn it on so that power can go through here back to the two blues, right? All right, now watch. That's here. There's two blues there, 1 and 2. Now, that goes through a limit switch, which is right here, and then the brown. That's why I call it the brown circuit. See the brown wire? That brown wire goes all the way to here, all the way down there, all the way around, and it goes to this side of the infamous, what's that called? Sales switch, because that's the motor spinning right in there. It's a little bit stiff. Yep, I'm gonna check that. All right, we just got this down. This is sent in by a member. I'm gonna redo it. Probably some stuff in there. We'll get the blower motor and fix it. It's probably cheaper than buying a brand new heater. So we're just gonna test this circuit. So that brown goes through here. Red goes back up. Red goes back up to here. So there's that blue I was talking about in red. So where's that at? Okay, so we left the sales switch. All right, let's get you close. Let's magnify it a little bit. There. That ain't working, is it? All right, let's go back to normal. All right, so there's the limit switch right there, physical. Blue wire. That's heat. So it's normally closed. It gets too hot, it opens. Then it goes through the double blue to the sales switch, which is right there, the brown wire, and the red. Hold on, brown and red. Brown and red. And then it makes its way back, right there, sales switch, makes it back to the red wire. So this is where the board connects together, and that's called your safety circuit. That's why I call it the brown circuit. Usually there's a brown wire on every safety circuit I've worked on. No matter what heater it is, or water heater, or anything that uses propane, basically. Except for refrigerator. Well, we'll go from there. All right, now we're going to test this. And I want to show you something. I just knocked down one. Okay, so I showed you a schematic. Now I'm going to show you the meter. turn it off, turn it back on. We'll do continuity right here, right? And then we'll turn the back light on, right? All right. So right now we're hooked from here to here. We're hooked from right there, that red wire, to that brown wire going to that module. That's going to tell that module that, hey, I have a safe circuit. And it has to toggle, folks. Okay, but here's the important part. Watch this. I'm going to go down here. We're going to pretend the blower motor's blowing. And watch, right in here is the sales switch. I have a little bit of a trouble here. I want to turn the video off on me. Man, that's why is this being tough? There we go. Alright, so there's the sale switch. See right, that is the sale part, the little lever. Okay, see me pushing it? We got to be careful, because sometimes the blower, woo, it's got a little sail on it and pushes it and it closes the circuit. Alright, so here we go. We're going to look at it. We got mode, continuity. It's going to go beep. Alright, so now let's watch. I'm going to push on that little paddle, or the sail. I'm going to push on it real light. Alright, here we go. But look at that. 24 ohms. Now I'm going to push on it a little bit further. That's barely pushing, right? Now watch what happens. The blower gets up to speed and it keeps pushing. And look what happened. It opened. So you had a intermittent switch. But look at that ohms. Okay? So that's right from the board, right? That's going from the blue over to the thermal switch, through the thermal switch, down the brown wire. The brown wire feeds all the way over to the blower motor sales switch, saying that the blower motor started and enough air is being fed to the combustion chamber. And then the reg comes back, tells the board, hey, man, go ahead and fire the gas valve up, all right, and the igniter. So let's put this on ohms in case you have a different reading. So we got continuity there. We hit the mode button, diode, ohms. All right, so there we are. Let's go back. There you go. The upside down horseshoe, ohms. Let's see what it measures. Remember, I'm going to lightly push this. All right, I'm going to get it. There you go. Ooh, the blower came on a little bit. All right. I'm going to barely push it. There you go. I heard a click. That's 11, 12, 13, 14 ohms. And it's bouncing around. All right, now that's 8 ohms. And I'm barely pushed. Now I'm going to push it all the way in. And look at that. 500,000 ohms. This switch is messing up, folks. That's the way you test it. The important part is that switch toggles. That's what people don't understand. The blower motor's not running, the switch is open. Remember the circuit, all right? It's blue to brown, brown to red, red back to the board. Blue from board, and blue from the thermostat. Blue goes to the overheat switch, thermal switch, right? It says, hey, I'm not hot, so I'm going to stay closed. When I get hot, I'll open up. And then it goes where? To the brown wire. I like to call that the brown circuit. The brown circuit goes around to the sale switch, right? The hip bone's hooked to the knee bone. So the sale switch is hooked to the red wire, and the red wire goes back to the board. Blue leaving the board, brown, red. The brown goes through 2 switches. All right, from blue to brown is 1 switch. That's the overheat temp switch. That's saying, hey, your heat exchanger's getting hot because you were not too bright and you decided to block off one of your heater ducts. Folks, don't do that. All right, so anyway, you saw what happened. The meter itself showed high ohms. That's supposed to be darn near 0 ohms. All right, so I'm going to show you something else. I'm going to put it on pause real quick. All right, so show you the multimeter, right? And then the leads are open. That's an OL, open loop, right? Because it goes back to the meter and the loop is open. So now I'm going to put these two leads together. All right, here we go. Okay, they're touching. And look at that, 0 ohms. So if this showed 0.1, 0.2, that's good. This thing was showing 3 to 6 ohms, folks, and sometimes 800. So that is a defective blower motor sail switch. All right, if that safety circuit, sail switch, and thermo switch, overheat, are open, it doesn't matter. That blower motor will blow, it keeps blowing, says, hey, the board says, hey, I ain't got an okay from you. I didn't go from the blue wire all the way to the red wire and say, hey, everything's good down here. I got air and I ain't overheated. So turn on the igniter and turn on the gas valve. So when I get the board in, I'll do a bunch of more tests for you. All right, so thank you. This is Jeff from RV Diagnostics with the infamous sail switch. How you get a hold of me? Couple different ways, you know by now. The YouTube channel RV Diagnostics. Give me a thumb up, subscribe please, and please put in the comments. All right, you can use any type of multimeter to do this test, but if you need help with the multimeter, tell me. I'll give you a hand. If you send me a picture of it, I'll tell you where to set it. Next one is, you can get me at the garage, 22480 Bloxham School Road, Seaford, Delaware. Not only is it a garage, but it is a school. As you just saw, the one lady was showing up in here. She's changing a couple parts on her RV. I let people do oil changes here. They learn how to do them themselves. Yeah, they pay me a little money for being here, but it's a lot cheaper, and they learn their RV. That's what I'm into this for. I'm getting ready to totally retire here, but I'm still going to play around, have fun, and my coach costs money too. That big old diesel pusher, so I take a little bit of that money, put it on there. So you got the YouTube channel. You got, right, the garage, 22480 Bloxham School Road, Seaford, Delaware, 19973. Don't just show up. Please use the email, jeff@rvdiagnostics.com. It'll be down below. Say, hey, man, I got this and this wrong. I'd like to stop by. Are you available? I'll probably say, no, I'm getting ready to go camping like I am this Thursday night. So Thursday night, Friday, Saturday, come back Sunday. We just need a little break. We're going over Cape Henlopen. That's in Lewis, Delaware there. If you're over there, just say hi, and I ain't troubleshooting no RV. All right, I'm on vacation. All right, the other way to get a hold of me is, you got it, the website. You can get my telephone number. It's one-on-one like you and I right now. I'm helping you, guide you through the video link of the phone. I'm watching you do what you do, and a lot of people are happy with it, okay? So, what's another way to get a hold of me? Join the Facebook page. I think it's getting ready to be 23,000 this year. It's next March, this coming March 2022 will be its 4th year. So 23,000, not bad, folks. Thank you for joining. Remember, you got to answer a couple questions. If you don't answer them, I just keep moving on. It asks stuff like, hey, what type of RV you have? There you go. Are you related to the automotive industry or RV industry? There you go. So, you know, and blah, blah, blah. There you go. All right. So, what's the other way to get a hold of me? You know it. You want my telephone number? Join the website, www.rvdiagnostics.com. So you got YouTube, you got Facebook, you got my email, you got my garage address, and you got my website, folks. 5 ways. All right, thank you very much. It's Jeff from RV Diagnostics. I'm out of here. What's the motto? Test, not guess. That's what we were just testing, the infamous sail switch. If you got fur babies, you need to pull that out and clean it up because it messes them up. And matter of fact, I'd just give yourself, when you order that one to replace it, order another one to keep a hold of it. All right, now, what's the other thing we say? Safe travels, and may your campfire burn bright. Until the next video or the next time I see you on the road or the RV campground. Take care.